following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
It is Wednesday. Live from Frisco,
Let's
Texas,
go!
for Thanksgiving. Big game tomorrow. Cowboys versus that team in Washington. Thank you to Wingstop for having us on the air. Thank you to SWBC for sponsoring my living room. No show yesterday, fellows. We had to take a pause in the action yesterday, and I want to read you guys a press release that went out to us internally yesterday that we published on our social channels. Then we'll go from there. Shortly before 7:30 a.m. this morning, which was yesterday, Dallas Cowboys strength and conditioning coordinator Marcus Paul experienced a medical emergency. Paul was immediately treated by Cowboys medical personnel and transported to a local hospital by ambulance. As per the Paul family, Marcus is in the process of undergoing further medical tests, and additional information will be made available at the appropriate time. The Dallas Cowboys players and staff attended a pre-scheduled 8:05 a.m. team meeting this morning and were told by head coach Mike McCarthy that today's practice scheduled for 11:30 a.m. would be canceled. This was all yesterday. The organization extends its prayers and support to the Paul family and asks for friends and followers of Marcus, his family, and the team to keep them in their thoughts and prayers. Obviously, thoughts and prayers to Marcus and his family. That's why we did not have shows yesterday. We have not heard any updates. And that's really all that we have on that subject. So, tough day yesterday in the Cowboys family. So, just wanted to address that, let everybody know what was going on, because I know a lot of people were asking what was happening and why practice was canceled and so on and so forth. So, just wanted to give you guys an update. We haven't heard anything else other than that. And we'll move on. There's a football game tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Big football game.
Huge.
Big
Huge.
football game, man. This is
like
if you think
not
about
like
it,
this, like huge, like not here,
Wait,
like
stop it. Do not make me stand up on this chair.
No, I'm talking about like a
Do not make me
huge,
stand up on this chair.
like a huge football game tomorrow. Not a little. I mean, a huge football game tomorrow.
Has there ever been a game this important, this late in the season, with two teams that have this terrible of records? Can you think of another time in history that there has been a game of this significance like this?
Other than playing for draft position, maybe.
I've been thinking on that, man, and
Thinking? Whoa! It's gonna be a live show today, baby.
just a little, Jess. Just a little. Thank you. That's all I wanted. You've been out too.
It's coming.
That's all I want.
It's coming.
You've been out
Wait.
Have a
Y'all ain't gonna know when. Y'all ain't gonna know where. Just know retribution will be dealt on this show at some point.
I'm a little bit.
So
I'm
just
probably a
get
little
ready.
bit too hype. I'm trying a new energy drink today, so listen, bear with me because I got a lot of energy and I'm hyped and I'm ready to go. So let's.
Right.
Yeah. Let's.
Hey, it can't get no worse than it was Monday. I think that's the most screaming and yelling we've done at each other on a show since we've been together. So if it gets any worse than Monday, I'm just gonna walk out the room. Y'all can have it.
All right, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. You're going to force Kurt to go out of character.
No. Don't need that.
By the way, speaking of out of character, nice blue pullover, Kurt. We all got the shades of blue going on today. It's looking color
Cowboys.
coordinated. I like it.
Cowboys.
I like it. Everybody looks good. All right, Nate. So get back to your thinking. What do you think?
Everything you said, up until the point where you say terrible teams. You go back and you read some of Washington stuff, and their media is kind of on the same page. They writing stuff like, oh, besides Pittsburgh and the Seahawks, the combined record of the rest of the Redskins is this, and this, and the Cowboys is this, and this. And I mean, besides Baltimore, it seems like these two teams are parallel. And I guess in Philadelphia, they doing the same thing in New York. Like, hey, man, we can truly make a run at this thing. And but everybody puts at the end for teams to have this type of record. But my question to you fellas is, and I listen to the guys on your flagship station, has there ever been this late in the season, this bad of conference play? I mean, at the rate we're going, 6 games, is it possible to win this thing with 6 games?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Have y'all ever been around? Out of all my years, man, I've never seen it this bad for the NFC East.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm not old enough to even. I'm positive I'm not old enough to even remember or probably even be around for something like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Didn't the Saints or in the NFC South a few years ago? Somebody won it with 7 wins, wasn't it? And
seven, never 6, man.
But it wasn't bad football like this division has been. Like, this division has been just bad football. Like, at least they were somewhat competitive within the division. Like, this has been just almost laughable. Like, if you listen to any of the talk radio shows across the country, it's like, well, you want to be this seed because if you're this seed, you get to play the NFC East. So that's so to answer your question, Nate, no, there's never been this bad of football that's for so much at stake this late in the season. 3-7.
You know what's so funny is you listen to the radio, and I try to, like I say, read up on other guys' stuff. I've been reading up in Washington, and everybody was like, can you be this bad of a team and still get a top 6 pick? Has that ever happened in history? Where you have a whole conference that's bad, get in the playoffs, and still have a top 6 pick in the draft? Yeah. Wow.
I don't think they'll be able to do that.
That'd be bonus.
Without it being someone else's trade, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask y'all this, and this is a real question because I was thinking about this last night.
So the rest of our questions been fake?
Yeah, today, this whole show's been fake. This whole
Jesse,
show.
Did you hear this dude downplay me and Kurt? Jess, I need you, bro. I need for you to do emoji.
Because what I mean by this is a real question is if I would have asked you this question 2 weeks ago, you would have laughed me off the show. But I think this is a real question. If this team plays the way that they played against Pittsburgh and they get a little bit more offense, which I think Andy Dalton, hopefully he got it figured out, and he can put some points on the board, and then they play defensively again like they did against Minnesota, I think you've got a chance to beat some legit teams. And let me run down the list of teams in the NFC that are in first or second. And no, you tell me, if they play the way they played the last 2 weeks and they're able to put some points on the board, do they have a shot at beating some? I'm not saying would they dominate these teams or would they beat them. Do they have a legit shot of being competitive and winning these games against the Rams?
Rams hot. They on fire, bro. You seen them play the last few weeks? They are nice. This coach is calling some perfect games for his quarterback.
Who'd they?
No, they ain't messing with the Rams. Rams got
Who'd they just beat?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Rams who'd they just beat? They beat the Buccaneers, who haven't been playing too great lately either. So I don't know. They played them well.
The Buccaneers do have defensive talent.
Yeah, that's true.
They ain't playing well right now, but they have defensive talent. The Rams are nice, and everybody always underplay them until they wind up in the playoffs.
All right. Anybody disagree with Nate? Anybody think the Cowboys would have a shot?
Oh, I think they'd have a shot.
No. Okay.
I mean,
Seattle.
Jesse, don't do that. Jesse, don't do that.
What am I doing?
He's just playing the steal movement. He playing the steal movement. Say something.
He said, does anybody disagree with Nate that means only speak if you disagree with Nate. I didn't speak, which means I actually agree with you. Now, if you want me to disagree with you, I can tear holes in your argument.
No, you can go find some dumb reasons. You can go find some unreal reasons to disagree. Okay, I understand. Let's move forward.
Okay, Seattle.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, they playing funny now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They playing funny
Got a
money.
bad defense too.
All right. If you played Arizona again, the way they've been playing these last 2 weeks, got a shot there, right?
I don't know. No comment now.
Honestly, I don't think we would be able to stop Kyler Murray. I'm just being honest with you. I don't think we have an answer for everything that Kyler Murray is doing right now. I don't.
You have to tackle well versus that team.
I don't.
You have to tackle well.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Green Bay.
No.
Nah, Aaron Rodgers.
You know what Aaron Rodgers does to the Cowboys. So until we do something else.
And McCarthy here too? Come on now.
Yeah. You can be undefeated and you still ain't got a shot against Green Bay. All right.
He gonna look at McCarthy and say, "I know what play you're calling. I know what defense you're running. Don't even try it."
We'll skip Chicago. New Orleans.
Ooh,
is Drew Brees still playing? Coach. Is he playing or is he still hurt?
That's a good question. Probably. So if he's playing, no. If he's not playing, probably got a shot.
This dude got 18 busted ribs and a collapsed lung. He ain't playing.
I like my chances then. I like my chances.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tampa Bay.
I'm with you, Jess. I'm riding.
Tampa, I think you got a shot against Tampa, right?
No.
Because they so inconsistent. You think Tom Brady playoff experience will take over to the dominance?
Tom Brady going to nickel and dime us all. Running back, like he gonna have running back matchups all on Jalen Smith and oh my God, no. So what
you're saying is bring out the red colors because the nickel and dimes are coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creative. I like what you did there. All right. So here's what I'm getting to. If 3 weeks ago you would not have a shot in hell against any of these teams, Tampa, you're saying possibly. New Orleans, possibly. Green Bay, no. Arizona, no. Seattle, yes, possibly. The Rams,
possibly. That's a big possible.
The Rams,
I just don't see it, man.
Probably not. So but you now are in the conversation.
But they have to play.
One of these teams,
they have to play, like you said. That's the caveat.
Yeah.
They have to play the way they played the last two games.
Maybe they
anything other than what they played the last two games. We're going to find out.
And what we're saying on defense is we need the 2 turnovers. We definitely need the 2 turnovers that we got this last game. We need the 2 turnovers.
But what if, fellas, what if they have started to figure this out? And they're starting to click, and this is just the beginning of signs of things to come, then it's not completely absurd. If you would have told me this 3 weeks ago, I'd have been like, you have lost your damn mind. There is no way they are going to make the playoffs, and 2, even have a chance to not get blown out. And now they're starting to creep into that conversation. Like if they do this and this, then they could do this. And if this happens, I'm just saying, if they get some momentum, and that's what you always want to do, you want to peak at the right time. If they get a little momentum and they head into December with this thing figured out and pointed in the right direction, do not be surprised if they make the playoffs, they host a home game, they might actually win. I'm getting way ahead of myself, but
listen, you're on the right path. I was looking for a shirt yesterday, and I saw in the drawer my football Horny shirt. And I was like, I haven't worn this in weeks because it is. I
hadn't been able to.
I've been flaccid for weeks watching this football team. Hey, so I'm like, man, I mean, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. But I'm like, I might have to dust this shirt off. I might have to dust the whole football Horny shirt off and see if it still fit.
No.
But now we all have to agree and see where you're at here. We all have to agree they have to win this game against Washington. The way we're talking, they have to win this game against that. Because come Friday, we can't be saying, or come Monday of next week, we can't be saying, well, we all agree that they have to beat Washington.
Yes.
And this is the biggest
in
test.
dominating fashion.
This,
in dominating fashion, because this is the team you should be able to dominate.
You want it in dominating.
For Washington, if we're creeping to beat Washington, then we can't be in the conversation of saying a maybe for Tampa Bay, a maybe for the other teams. If we're barely beating an equally bad football team in Washington, if we're going to be
equally bad football team, got 4 first-round picks on their D-line.
Well, then you need to figure out a way to you got to figure out what their strengths are and defeat it.
If they beat Washington with their front and Kerrigan coming off the bench as they closer, pass rusher, that's a dominating front. Yeah. And they have been doing nice. Now they got a quarterback that has settled them down. Jesse, stay with me here now.
I'm with you.
Regardless of what we think, that's a dominating front.
Absolutely.
If the Dallas Cowboys had those 4 guys alone, we wouldn't even be talking about our secondary. We wouldn't be saying a word about our secondary.
We're not talking about
because these dudes is bringing it, man. Washington, they are bringing it.
If we win this game, we win the division.
But Nate,
ain't gonna be no running.
If you play this game against Washington and all that they have in that defensive front, and you win this game 13-10 on the last second field goal, an ugly football game where you're barely able to do anything.
But it's a division game.
No, I hear what you're saying, but that doesn't leave me enough faith in the bank to say, oh, we can go up against a Tampa Bay team who has a really good defensive front. Oh, by the way, on the other side, they have a 6-time all-world, all-everything Super Bowl winning quarterback and a pretty good head coach with weapons like Godwin and Evans and the tight ends and the Gronks in the world and their slot guys and the 2 good running backs. That doesn't give me much confidence to say that, if we have to go play an LA team or a Saints team that has a bunch of different weapons that can hurt us. I just think if we're going to get to where Shannon is trying to put us in the sense of, hey, we can really go and make this thing work, I think you have to beat teams like Washington, like New York. I think it has to be a little bit more decisive. You can't eke a win out against those guys.
Like 20-13, man. I'm talking about wins like that. Hey, I'm with you. I ain't talking about these. Oh man, we won on a safety. We don't need that.
We just got.
But these guys are growing.
This is a chance. If they win this game, they win the division. If they don't win the game, they don't. I think this is for the division. This game right here. And so I think that's what matters. I mean, I know Shannon's trying to put us in the Super Bowl, but they just got to make the playoffs, which means they got to win this game. Do you think that's if they win this game? Do you think they make the playoffs? Anyone? If they win this game, do they make the playoffs?
Yes.
Well, if we put them where Shannon wants us to be, yeah.
Listen,
if they win this game, they make the playoffs.
Listen, Kurt, they win this game. They win this game. Here's your schedule. At Baltimore. That's probably a loss no matter how you play.
Now, you can win now. Make that kid throw.
Not great.
You can win this one.
They're not doing great.
You can win this
one.
Now. Make that kid throw.
At Cincinnati, without Joe Burrow, you should win that game. At home versus San Fran, you should win that game. Then you got the Eagles and the Giants. I mean, I'm talking crazy right now, but you win this game, you can win out. You could win out the rest of the season. How stupid is that I'm saying that right now with a 3-7 team? Like, I've drank all the Kool-Aid.
I've seen bigger things happen. We was here a couple of years ago when this team made a 6 or 7 game run, but it was with a better quarterback, better offensive line. But you can make a run, man. You can catch on fire until the playoffs come. Then they're gonna put a fire hydrant out.
And Jesse, normally I'm with you. And normally I would be on your side, but I'm with Nate on this one. Washington is a division game, and even in years when your team is good and Washington is having a bad year, crazy things happen in these division games. They're always tough games. So I don't think you need to dominate. I think you need to win, keep building that momentum. Then let's go see what happens in Baltimore. Kurt
said that, Shannon. Yeah, Kurt. I just say you did 2013. Kurt said you just need to win.
All right,
Kurt, you know what? Fashion, you just need to win.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about this amount of time after the break on Hanging with the Boys.
Is your family a Cowboys family? Have you taken holiday photos at the Star? Was your wedding theme blue and silver? Have you convinced your kids them is spelled with a D? If so, every game day feels like a vacation to you, so treat it like one. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Just like all of you, we at SeatGeek can't wait until we're back in the stands at full strength cheering on the Cowboys and singing along to our favorite songs again. We're using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier. Plus, every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is protected by our buyer guarantee, which means you'll get your money back or better if your event is canceled. Guaranteed. Download the SeatGeek app today, and when the time is right, let's go. SeatGeek.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for hanging with the boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough as nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it nationwide.
Well, candles are...
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. May I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure, and nationwide. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Adjust your cleats, adjust your pads, even adjust your helmet, but seriously, don't adjust your underwear because once it's seen, it cannot be unseen. Tommy John's fabric keeps you cool and dry on the field or in the stand, and now they even have loungewear. Yeah, loungewear. Shop underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 15% off your first order. TommyJohn.com/Cowboys. Welcome back to the SWBC Mortgage Living Room. Shannon Gross, Nate Newton, Jesse Holly, Kurt Daniels, and we are talking about the Cowboys and the Washington football team. And one question I have for you,
hold on, Shannon. Before you ask your question, I just want to put this out there.
Okay.
In the event, no, this is going to be great. In the event, that somehow, and now this is 2020, right? Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it may spill over to 2021. But in the event that the Cowboys do make some sort of miraculous playoff run and we end up in Tampa, I think Funtown RV needs to give us an RV and we can road trip it, because we don't want to get on planes right now. We can road trip it from Dallas to Tampa.
I'm in.
And maybe even make a stop somewhere and do a show in a city somewhere. We can find a Wingstop sponsor in one of these cities. So if the Cowboys,
what do you mean? What do you mean a show? Like we're gonna take our time and we're all gonna pick a city on the way to Tampa. Yeah, my city's going to be...
We can stop in Jackson, Mississippi. Definitely stop and see my boy Prime.
We can stop and see Prime.
West Monroe, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida. Let's
them old stomping
pick
ground.
a spot. Let's go.
There you go.
I'm going to make phone calls as soon as we off the show and get it set up. I'm gonna get this done.
Boom.
Let's go.
And even if we don't make that miraculous run, RV Funtown ought to be trying to sneak and we do that.
They do.
And then we all stay together because we don't have to. Because we'll get tested for the COVID.
Yeah.
If we all come out the right way, then we, So Jesse, you can't be sneaking to the local trailers.
Hey, listen, we gonna park it at the trailer park. I ain't got to go nowhere. We gonna park it at the trailer park. I'm gonna Google all the trailer parks from here to Tampa. And that's when we gonna make our stops at. When you see it rocking, don't come a knocking.
Oh man.
Make that oatmeal run. All right, we'll get it set up. right,
me and Shannon will be glad just to get off the street and onto a bed.
Oh, man. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
You got them winning a playoff game. Okay. They make the playoffs. They host a game first. So they're going to make the playoffs and win a game. So, all right. I like it. I like what you're saying.
That's why you bought my boy Freaky Mike over here.
Unless they play Green Bay.
I know, unless we play Green Bay.
All right. Friday, no show Friday, so we won't be back until Monday. So we get the extended holiday this week. So join us Monday. Speaking of the short week, that was a physical game they played on Sunday. How tough is that? Both of you guys have been involved in Thanksgiving Day games, and then the week after is usually a little bit better, or the week before, because you get an entire week, because you usually follow that up now with another Thursday night game. How tough is that Sunday afternoon game, and then having that Thursday game physically and mental preparation, film study, and all that? Y'all talk us through that from your points of view of what y'all being involved in this Thanksgiving Day game.
Go ahead, Nate.
Give it. You want me to go first? Hey, let me say this right here. At first, it was just a psychological thing, because only 2 or 3 teams did it when it first was brought to the table. And that was the Cowboys in Detroit, and they would rotate the rest of the league. And then it became a league-wide thing. It takes a little bit out of your body, but it takes more out of you mentally, because you have to turn around and get ready to play a fresh new team. And if that team especially that team had a bye week, they should be ready. But back in the day, we were a physical team. So that was just a part of our makeup. But in today's high-powered offenses and stuff like that, it shouldn't be a big thing, because these guys do it year in and year out now. Your body will be a little bit sore, and you have to make sure you take care of yourself a little bit better than you normally would in a regular routine. You may get an extra massage, extra whirlpool, or ice tub, whatever soothes your body and your mind. Then again, you could do like my boy Tyron does and just keep a hot towel.
Oh, man. It's the elixir. The cure-all, the hot towel.
Do you have anything?
To Nate's point, it's the mental part of it. It can be taxing. The good thing of this is that you're playing someone that you're familiar with, because you're playing a team that within the division. Sometimes these games are not teams that you're familiar with, so it takes another level of preparation. But because you've already seen this team before, and now you kind of have an understanding of who they are, what they like to do, you kind of have a little bit of the thought process banked already in your mind of, hey, this is what we're going up against. I know how physical this person is, or I know how this person likes to play, or how this coach likes to coach. The mental part for me, as someone who did a lot of running, right? Nate, it's a physical, it's short space, it's banging. But for me, it's that, how can I get my legs as fresh as I possibly can in such a short turnaround? The coaches help you out because they may do a lot of walkthroughs, right? So this is a lot of the mental preparation of this week. I want you off your feet, some walkthroughs, maybe do some jog throughs a little bit, but just trying to get you off your feet. And now I'm putting in the extra, getting the extra rest. A lot of times young people fail to realize that getting rest actually helps your body rejuvenate. Hot tub, cold tub, there's cupping, there's acupuncture, there's release points, there's all the machines now that everybody has that you can use to kind of the cryo. Jalen can have everyone come down to his cryo company and jump in the cryo machine, and just kind of rejuvenate your body. So there's so many things now that you can use, but you have to take full advantage of it. Is that you have to be able to say, all right, here's what my body needs. Get the fluids inside of you. If there's some little aches and pains, this is one of those weeks, and it can kind of get a little bit bogged down, because a lot of these people, believe it or not, and they're trying to do this thing the right social. Parents are coming in, families coming in, everybody's coming into their situation. Maybe not as much as there has before in the past, but there's going to be some family coming in. So trying to make sure that the house is ready, and that everyone's got there safely or whatever it may be. So sometimes that stuff can get bogged down in your week. You got to really just isolate yourself and say, here's what I need to do to get ready for this game. And then on the back end, I get a little mini bye because we play Thursday and we don't play again till next Thursday. So I kind of still get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, or however you want to do it, Friday, Saturday, and be back on Sunday to make that the Monday. So it's all dependent upon the person. It's a mental battle, but also just doing whatever it is you have to do to get yourself ready physically.
Yeah, Nate, you used to like bus in
Nate,
family.
You have something you want to add?
But can you guys hear me? Am I getting through?
Oh, yeah, I used to bust in family. I didn't care, bro. You know, a fat guy don't care. I mean, getting physical, that's what I do, baby. So I didn't care,
you
man.
Weren't distracted?
And the wife at that time, she had a, oh, no, man. How apple pie going to distract me or a potato pie? I just eat it.
Going, just like that. No more distraction. There you go.
No more distraction.
Oh, man.
Nate,
them chitlins, boy, them back in the day, that house be smelling like them chitlins, baby. Can you light a candle up in here or something? Them chitlins, like everybody done went to the restroom at once.
Oh,
Nate, didn't you get to partake in the turducken one year after the Thanksgiving
Did you talk about all them turkey legs I got? Yeah, and passed them out. Yeah, man, I was one of Madden's favorites, man. And my wife cleaned some chitlins last night, man. I was like, wow, brought me back to the good old days. I don't eat chitlins like I used to, man. I mean, she was cleaning them things. She cleaned them the other day. Then she came back and cleaned them again. And, you know, boy, that shit. I tried to help her clean them, man. And I thought I was tough, man. And I found out I wasn't tough. So I just watched. I said, baby, I ain't going to leave you. I ain't going to forsake you. But I ain't finna clean them chitlins.
Hanging with the Boys, the only show on the Dallas Cowboys network where you can go from talking about playoffs to cleaning chitlins.
That was a mental thing for me, though, Shannon. That was mentally strong. I had to be mentally strong to sit there and smell that.
All right, I got to clear my mind. Let's take our last break when we come back.
How can something that bad smell that bad that you want to ingest? Like how?
That's what.
Like how can you smell that terrible of a smell and think, boy, as soon as those get done, I'm gonna get me a big old helping of chitlins.
Let me tell you this, real man. The more she cleaned them, the less I knew I was gonna eat them chitlins. I was like. Even when I was a kid, I used to be like, something got to be wrong with this. I couldn't figure it out when you're a kid. I'd say something, hog intestines. Come on, man.
Break.
We're going to break. We got some
chitty.
quick hit stuff when we come back. We're going to talk about Mike McCarthy shenanigans. Some news from Luke Gifford came down, and a few things we want to hit real quick about Cowboys versus Washington.
You calling Coach McCarthy a shenanigan?
Maybe. Let's talk about that. Let's see what y'all call him when we come back. Hanging with the Boys.
Just like all of you, we at SeatGeek can't wait until we're back in the stands at full strength cheering on the Cowboys and singing along to our favorite songs again. We're using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier. Plus, every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is protected by our buyer guarantee, which means you'll get your money back or better if your event is canceled. Guaranteed. Download the SeatGeek app today, and when the time is right, let's go. SeatGeek.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for Hanging with the Boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough as nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it nationwide.
Well, candles are...
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. may I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure, and nationwide. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to SWBC Mortgage Living Room, Frisco, Texas. Don't miss the virtual Christmas extravaganza presented by Albertsons and Tom Thumb. The most electrifying holiday show of the season can be watched on Dallas Cowboys Facebook and Twitter this Friday, November the 27th at 6 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you go check it out. All right, Shannon Gross, Nate Newton, Jesse Holly, Kurt Daniels. Final segment of the week for this show.
Hey,
let's make it a quick and good one.
Our buddy Gio wanted to remind Nate about your mom's sticky buns and how he cleaned house with those things last year. So when it comes to Thanksgiving food.
Say what now? I didn't. What was it?
You were talking about food. Gio, our man Gio up in Jersey, wanted to say, right. Remember, you're missing out on Shannon's mom's sticky buns due to COVID. He wanted to point out that she cleaned out
the
with
cinnamon rolls.
Last year.
Oh, the cinnamon roll, yeah.
The cinnamon rolls, yes.
Sidetrack.
We can still get that Shannon mom right here in town, so we can get. We can still do that, man.
She's right down the street. I'll make sure I'll get some and distribute them when we have family dinner in the next week or two. I'll make sure I bring y'all some. So, all right, let's hit it quick.
I want a whole pan.
A whole pan for you? Okay, I got you. All right. Real quick, we got a lot of quick hit things. Let's don't spend a lot of time on all of them because we got about 8 minutes to get to our picks. What did you think about the news of Mike McCarthy smashing watermelons with a sledgehammer like Gallagher? Did it work? Do bits like that work? Nate, Jesse, Kurt?
Just every now and then. That's something you do. You don't do it every week. That's something you just do every now and then to just get the attention of your team. Something that when they get in a tough spot in the game, something they can make it smile back on. But that ain't something you do every week. No, ma'am. No, sir. Excuse me.
Nah, it was fine to me. I mean, you try to find ways to kind of liven the mood up a little bit, to have, purpose. You have your people, they'll bury footballs and do stuff like that. So it's a fun bit. Every night before, at a team meeting before the game, there's some sort of video that's played, some sort of hype video that's played. So it's a part of the nightly ritual of, meetings before the game. So it was fine to me. And whoever thinks it was racist, it's crazy. But that's a whole other conversation.
I'm trying to visualize that actually happening with him with a sledgehammer smashing fruit and it going everywhere and all over the guys. I think that would be hilarious to watch that. Kurt, news of Luke Gifford being hit with a 2-game suspension for PEDs. Did that surprise you?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you think at this point in the season, but I'm assuming it's, recovery. These guys are banged up. He's just trying to keep his body healthy, but obviously a stupid mistake on his part. So thankfully, I mean, he's a special teamer. Hopefully they won't have too big a time replacing him, but still unfortunate to see. Unfortunate for him.
All right, Nate, when two teams are meeting for the second time, who do you think has the advantage, the offense or the defense?
In this case here, I think Washington's defense, because they're going to try to duplicate what they've done in our offensive line. It's in their second game of this new guys that they have.
It's a different offensive line, isn't it?
It's going to be to Washington.
Wait, it's a different offensive line, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's a little bit better. But Washington got that hunger about them too, and their quarterback, Alex Smith, he's a stabilizing force back there. So they got the same dreams and aspirations that this team had. But I lean towards Washington having the advantage, even though they got to come here.
I would think that offenses in general would have a better chance because they can come up with new plays, do different things. Where the defense is sort of set, I mean,
there you go. That's it right there.
No,
you hit it on the head, Kurt.
Yeah, well, you hit it on the head, Kurt. I wish they'd have been changing things for about 7 games, don't you think?
They figure something out.
Jesse, The Cowboys have averaged 152.3 rushing yards in the last 3 games, which would rank 5th in the NFL over the whole season. What do you attribute that success to? Are they just simply running more often? Are they running better? Is it the offensive line starting to click? Why the sudden success?
I think in the last 2 games, one, you got Zach Martin back, got him healthy. Guys are kind of settling in a little bit. You got to also look at sometimes it could be opponents. Sometimes are those garbage yards or those real yards? How those things play out. They're getting to a point where now they have an understanding of what they can do well. With the quarterbacks that you have to rely on something that's a little bit more concrete and a little bit more consistent instead of having your quarterbacks pass the ball for 40, 50 times a game. That's not going to win you football games when you don't have very experienced quarterbacks and kind of shaky offensive line. So, establishing the running game and just, giving it to your Hogs.
Nate, the last game with Griffin, Poe, and Worley together, I believe, was against Washington, and they ran for 208 yards against us. This defense looks different. This defense seems to be playing different. Can the Cowboys stop the Washington run game this week, tomorrow?
I think they can. They got Antonio Gibson and the McKissick kid who slices up real bad last time, but I think that everybody knows where they belong now. They're playing better. They're playing harder. I don't think they're going to hit us for those many yards, even though Antonio Gibson is finding his groove. He rushed for 100 yards last week, but the last 2 plays of the game, they was running it out. He lost 6 yards, and so he wound up with 94. But this kid running hard. He's running nice. And the McKissick kid is an all-around kid. So that is where we talking about, Jesse, can Jalen and Van Der Esch and all of these guys cover this kid coming out of the backfield?
Is this another one of those?
Kurt, before we get into our...
Hold on. Is this another one of those games where you...
No, Kurt, hang on. You didn't hear the beginning of this segment.
Okay.
This is a quick hit segment where we're not spending much time on these points, and I'm dishing. I'm dealing.
Okay.
Let me deal. Let me cook.
Cook, baby, cook.
Plus, I'm having audio problems, and I can't hear you when you talk. It's like you talk, and then it speeds up, and it says like 3 sentences all together, and I can't understand what you're saying. But no, go ahead. Make your last point before.
I don't even remember what it was now. I don't. Okay. In this, you got to make this one-dimensional? Make Alex Smith beat you? That was my question.
I think Alex Smith can beat you.
I'm about to say Alex Smith can beat you.
You just have to play good, sound defense. Yeah, he can beat you. So what you got to do is be precise in your assignments, and you got to tackle. What hurts the Cowboys when we lose games, go back and watch how many tackles we miss. We miss a bunch of tackles in games that for losses. I mean, we have guys for losses or no gains turn out to be 3 yards, 4 yards. Those hurt. Especially when you're 5 yards down the field, catch the ball, and you miss a tackle. Now you're talking about a 10-yard gain, a 15-yard gain. So if we tackle well and do what we're supposed to do, then we can hold this team down. Then we can make them one-dimensional. But if you don't tackle well, it just won't matter.
All right, final round of questions before we get into our prediction. Kurt, what is your favorite Thanksgiving Day dish?
Oh, I'm a stuffing guy. I got my grandmother's, recipe. I got to have that every Thanksgiving.
All right, Nate.
Oh man, this is just a bunch of things.
I knew you were going to say everything. I knew you were going.
Yeah.
Like I knew when we got to Nate, it was like, man, I can't choose.
It's a lot of things I crunch on, bro. Wow, it just
Chitlins?
man, fat man just smorgasbord. Just take me anywhere where it's a buffet.
Jesse.
Whatever Nate leaves, the scraps, whatever he leaves for me to eat, I'll take that.
You leave you some chitlins.
I'll take the chitlin juice. Give me the chitlin juice.
That sounds disgusting. Mine's got to be stuffing, but there's very few things I enjoy more than the day-old cold turkey sandwich, mayonnaise and bread, man. That's one of my favorite things to eat.
Woo. Oh, man. That's nice there. That's nice.
No turkey in the Holly household on Thanksgiving. No.
No? Why?
Ribs.
Turkey guy?
Ribs, steak.
I ain't a big turkey man either.
Really?
Let's go. Ribs in the crock pot.
Ribs in the crock pot.
I'll be Cornish hen down. I'll be Cornish hen down.
You know what?
I'll be Cornish hen down, man.
Ribs in the crock pot reminds me when Jalen and Rod Smith came on the show and they talked about catfish with their spaghetti. That's what ribs in a crock pot reminds me of. Like, that just don't make no sense. But whatever, Jesse. Whatever. All right. Last question before we get out of here real quick. Kurt, prediction for tomorrow. 21-17. Nate. One point. Cowboys victory. Cowboys by 1. Jesse.
Cowboys win, baby.
They still have to make me a believer. Got to win 2 in a row for me to get back on this train. So I'm going to Washington 19, Cowboys 14.
Oh, man.
Oh, come on, Jess.
I'm believing, man. I'm believing.
Good. There goes the stuffing.
I hope they don't prove me wrong. I'm going to go
He
Cowboys.
sold us all that stuffing.
Cowboys 23, Washington 20. 23-20. All right.
The Cowboys been like chitlin juice all year long. They've been like chitlins. They've been like this. Chitlins all year long.
Dude sold us stuffing all day long. He sold us stuffing, bro.
Starting this playoff run tomorrow. Fellas, y'all looking good. Y'all got me feeling good after the show. I'm ready. Let's go eat some turkey tomorrow. Let's bust that Washington team up. Let's get back here Monday for Victory Monday. Nate, Jesse, Kurt, good seeing you fellas. We will be back Monday. Cowboys win tomorrow. Let's go.
Let's
Peace.
go. Hey.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?